D&D players, enthusiasts, and observers alike, and welcome back to Chronicles of Kriath. My name is Emma, and I will be your DM today and every day that this wonderful campaign exists. Last time on our wonderful podcast, our crazy group of characters found themselves in the Feywild, and after my brief April Fool's joke involving a Tarask, and some brief shenanigans involving some snowballs, the group was led into the giant tree at the center of the main island, and they were introduced to the kings and queens of the Fey courts, who struck a deal with them to rid them of this menace from the mortal plane in exchange for some small trinkets or favors, rather, and an item that would further their goals. We come back to them now as they hightail it out of there, trying to get a head start on things.
It's like the rat race.
I'm still wearing this big fucking skirt. I tuck in, there's the part that's tucked in above my one leg, and I tuck it in a little bit further. Fuck. God damn it.
Would you like me to just carry you, my lady?
You could carry me if you'd like.
Oh, if we do that, do you think I could start doing the anti-venom on your shoulders if I'm not running? Do you think that would work?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm very careful. I have very steady hands. I climb on your back.
You want me to do a strength roll or anything?
Yeah, just a quick strength check.
Damien, can I get on your shoulders?
Rue, but why do you always want people to give you, to carry you?
I just need to save my legs.
That is a 23.
Oh yeah, I'm light. Chatwin is so cold, but so hot at the same time. It's weird.
Can I say, while we are going, I'm going to look to Damien. It's just like, so, Damien, can I ask you a really quick question?
Oh, of course. Yeah, you can ask me anything you like.
What did you say about your daughter back there?
Oh, what part about it? I have a daughter. She's married to a wonderful young woman.
And yeah, Aelon kind of like halts a little bit. You Chatwin kind of rock a little bit.
I'm literally dealing with venom.
Sorry. Yeah, he keeps going.
Please be careful. That's the venom that turns people into the undead things.
Is that normal practice?
It's not incredibly common, but I mean, she's my daughter. I'm gonna support her for whatever she wants to do. It's not her, like, your heart wants what your heart wants, and that's perfectly fine.
You can love whoever you want whenever you want to.
Not really where I'm from.
The people that in the place where you're from are a bunch of prude pricks.
Sounds like it sucks.
Yeah, your home sounds like it's terrible.
Can you all just adopt me?
Sure. Come join the Darcy family.
Yeah, just don't spill that on me, please.
I'm very careful. Jostling on the back.
That's all he's gonna bring up. I want to make sure not to forget that either.
Chat when a little voice like ripples through your head and just goes, I am kind of curious what would happen if you did drop it on her.
Him.
The intrusive thoughts. The intrusive thoughts are winning. No. That's all Sandavek is, just Chatwin's intrusive thoughts. Throw the venom on him. No, what? Why would I do that? No.
Okay, fine.
Very intrusive.
Literally, though.
Yeah, Chatwin, I'm waiting for you to respond to this because you're like right in my ear.
I just am sitting there, and I think when Sandavek says that, I'm like, why the fuck would I do that?
Why wouldn't you do what?
Nothing.
What?
She talks to herself from time to time.
One more to keep the secret from.
Stop it.
I think it's how she organizes her thoughts. It's normal.
Yeah, let's go with that.
It's weird.
Am I the one who's not normal?
You're pretty normal from what we've seen.
With a body like that, you think you're normal? I mean, what?
What?
Nothing. Sorry. My intrusive thoughts are leaving my mouth now.
Do I need to make some sort of check for my alchemist supplies to try and start working or create an anti-venom while on Aelon's back?
Yes.
Can I cast guidance?
Okay. Give me a good friendly pat on the back.
Yes, you may.
Just because this seems important and dangerous.
This is part of my Fey deal.
Is it daytime?
Yes, it's about midday.
Okay. Would have been funnier for her to be doing this in the dark.
Let's use my alchemist's die. So guidance is a D4, right?
I believe so. I'm gonna double check really quick.
Yes, it's a D4.
Okay. And then what am I rolling? Am I just rolling a dex check with my proficiency, or would that be more intelligence?
The alchemy kit would be intelligence.
Oh, thank God.
So I'd say intelligence plus proficiency.
Okay. All right. My intelligence is pretty high. Yeah, I got great intelligence. Okay. So let's roll the d20 first. Actually, no, I'm going to roll the d4 first. So, oh yes, that's a 4. So I have +4 plus my intelligence modifier is 4. So that's +8 plus my proficiency bonus is +3. So I have +11 to this roll.
Wow.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, Theothu.
Of course.
Okay. Okay. Good thing for that +11. It's not terrible. So that's going to be 12 on the die plus 11. That's going to be 23.
Nice. Yeah, you're able to make a great start on this antidote. You actually remember reading a few books on how antidotes for simple antivenoms are created, and you managed to start the process of sort of the way they kind of described it in the book that you had read is like reverse engineering the venom to do exactly the opposite of what it was intended for. And this would kind of give you a very decent head start on the process. I'm gonna have you make a couple of these rolls as you're kind of walking along, though. So
Yeah.
that was kind of the first to get everything started and sort of get an idea of where you're headed with it.
Okay. So I basically have 1 success under my belt.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. Oh god, I wonder what happens if I fail. Make an anti-venom. No library for me.
I guess you'll find out.
Oh god.
And some very angry Fae.
It's fine. Let's go to war with the Feywild. It's fine. It's alright.
That does not sound like a very good idea.
Okay, hey, Elon, hand comes down in front of your face as you're running. Sniff this for me real quick. Does it smell more acidic or more like salty, kind of?
It's got a little bit of that salt burn, I guess.
Okay, great. That's what I want.
Okay.
Hand whips back behind you. You feel a little bit of heat fire into my hand. It starts bubbling.
That's really hot.
Oh, sorry. I move a little bit away from you. Not very far. I'm on your back. Bullshit like that is what you experience for the next 30 minutes.
Can I try to trail off with Damien in, like, the back? I don't know if I could, like, I'm just like, Damien, walk slowly.
Alright. I'll take up the rear. I kind of like slow down a bit.
As we kind of get dropped back behind people, I'm I'll talk loudly so we can hear but I'm whispering and I'm like, I checked out those Fey people, these fancy royalty people when we were there, and Yalthu and Chatwin still give me a sense of undead. And I just figured you're the only person I've talked to about this, and I trust you pretty exclusively. So I figured I would bring it up again just to let you know.
I understand. I'll keep my eyes open. Hopefully, it's just like lingering effects of maybe getting bit. Well, the other didn't get bitten. I don't know. Not like it matters to me. They're them, and I really don't understand how you make an undead or what it is. That's a very weird concept to me.
I guess, I mean, they seem like good people. I don't know, maybe it was just the kind of undead that I've encountered. Undead things always seem bad. I don't know if maybe that's not true somehow.
I don't know. I mean, maybe you're just getting weird feelings because of Valthu's god and maybe because of her magic.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about it that way. Well, I guess for now I'll leave it alone, and I I don't want to bring it up to them because I don't want to be rude. I guess I'm worried about them if they're okay, you know.
Oh, you mind if I bring something up to you?
Oh yeah, what's up?
So I can tell that you have taken quite an interest in Elon.
Rubo's blushing immediately. Dad is interviewing son about his crush. uh, uh, I mean he's very very handsome.
I'm not judging it. Like I told him, the heart wants what it wants. Just do me a favor. Either shit or get off the pot.
We just met him, and I didn't want to.
I get it. Let some time go by. Get to know each other a little better. But being really clingy like that is not quite such a good thing.
I guess I've just never done this. How did you win your wife over?
Honestly, her and her dad came by. Her dad was looking for some horseshoes for his horse. They weren't from our little city. They were just passing through. And I don't know, I saw her. She was the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. Granted, not many of the people where I come from wear really pretty dresses and stuff. So that might have been part of it. But I helped her father out, and while I went off to go get things prepared, she came by every day to say hello while they were in town. Then she left with her father, with her dad. They were gone for like 2 years. And then one day she just showed back up, and we went and got a drink, did some catching up, and I asked her if she'd like to stick around for a while. She did. Stuck around for a long while.
That's really cool. I feel like I don't know. I feel like that'd be cool to happen. Maybe it's different because I don't know. I overheard Elon talking earlier about your daughter and her wife, and like I guess some people don't understand what it's like to just like someone no matter who they are.
Exactly. Some places are different. I've been to a few towns. I knocked some guy's teeth in when he said something about my daughter and her wife. Some people just don't like what they don't understand. And if he was raised around those type of people, maybe he would definitely find that weird.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe I'll try to be less abrasive about it. Rubo kind of looks over towards Elon walking with Chatwin on his shoulders, and he goes, "I don't know. I guess I always just jump headfirst into things, and maybe it's not the smartest decisions."
I'll tell you, right? If he's not interested, he'll probably tell you no.
I'm not ready for that.
That doesn't mean that it's a guaranteed no. It depends on how they say it. If he's definitive and says, sorry, I'm not into men, then that's going to be your clue that it's probably not going to work out for you. But if he's like, I'm not looking for something like that right now, or something like that, that's fine. That's a good thing. That means that they have priorities, they keep them straight. And that...
Maybe he'll come back after a couple of years like your wife?
Yeah, something like that.
I guess I've never asked you this, Damien. Where is your wife?
Oh, she passed away a while ago. She got real sick.
Very sorry to hear that. She sounds like a pretty amazing woman. I wish I could have met her.
I wish you all could have met her. She was a little spitfire. Oh, goddamn, I miss her. But enough of that. I spent too long drinking myself stupid over this. Let's get back to the group.
Okay. Well, I'll test the waters with Elon, and I'll let you know. And I'll leave the like extra quiet. I'm like the undead thing. Be for now, and we'll circle back to it.
Theltho, you just gotta just smell it. This isn't something you drink. It's just something that you just smell. Okay, if you drink it, I cannot guarantee what's going to happen to you.
I wasn't going to drink it in the first place. I can smell it. Sure.
Okay, One time I handed a vial to somebody for somebody to smell, and they downed it, and their throat dissolved. It was bad.
It smells pretty bad. Just careful.
Right.
Smelling, right. What am I looking for?
Just tell me if it smells a little bit like citrus or not.
I suppose citrus, yes.
Okay, great. That's all that's been going on ahead of you guys while you were having your nice moment.
As you catch up, you kind of realize that you guys were given a couple clues on where to head. But I'm not entirely sure where you're going.
We just started running.
I was going to ask that, but then everyone else kind of just jumped ahead.
But I figure we're walking along their road, right?
I mean,
They said uppermost corner.
yeah, I mean, they said like the uppermost like area with all like the carnivorous flora and everything.
The armpit of the Feywild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aliana is from the Feywild. She has to know where we're going, right? Or like at least the general area where we're supposed to be going. I'm assuming, since we're stealing her house and her, that she's gonna be like a guide or something. Forced labor.
Is Chatwood saying this, or is
I'm assuming. I'll get off your back, by the way.
Hold on, all right. Stretches, rolls. Here you go, Rubo. Stretches all his muscles. All right, good to go.
I give you a really hard slap on the back.
There's no jiggle. It's all just muscle.
I wouldn't do that. Damn it.
what? You got back issues? I thought you were young.
I mean, it's been a while since I've carried anything on my back like a person.
Fair enough.
Using muscles I haven't used in a while.
We can get that. We'll work on that.
I'm fine now, but still
Great.
not used to have anyone slap me on the back.
Yeah, you'll be fine. At least it's not. Last time I hit Rubo on the back, it hurt him.
Yeah, he's pretty small. That would hurt. You slapped pretty hard.
He's great though. He's great though. He's wonderful. But Aliana, yes, I'm assuming the general location that they were describing. Would you know where to go from here to get to there? Are you familiar with what they were describing?
I mean, unfortunately, I've lived in the Spring Court all my life, so I don't really know Fall very well. I can get you to the Elodrin village. That's there.
Okay.
They're all about in the same general area in each of the dedicated aisles for each season. But after that, you're going to have to ask them for directions, I think.
Right. Well, I mean, just directing us to the Eladrin area, and then they can direct us from then on. That sounds like a good plan. And I mean, normally we would ask Theothu to guide us in this sort of situation, but I don't think you're familiar with this kind of realm or nature, are you?
Not that I can remember, and I don't think I'll remember that.
Eventually, maybe.
Maybe.
Great. Okay. So yeah, we'll go to if you want to help us get to the Eladrin village, then we can ask for directions there.
Yeah, it's another half an hour. It's a little bit of a ways, but
okay, so half a day.
Okay.
Okay. I'm very glad you're coming with us, by the way.
well, of course. I mean, if someone's willing enough to,
Yeah.
kind of looks over her shoulder at Elon. If someone's willing enough to make a deal for you, I don't see why not.
They asked me for something, and I was caught off by guard.
Rubo in the back goes, "You don't have a house to go back to anymore anyway."
Rubo, that was not very nice.
I'm sorry, Miss Eliana. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I thought we could joke about this by now.
It's only been about 20 minutes. How fast do you expect me to get over shit like that? You're stealing my house. That's what I thought.
Oh, so which way are we going?
Going to the autumn. Okay, great.
Yes. And she kind of looks back at Rubo. You might want to shut your mouth for a bit. You seem to talk yourself into trouble a lot.
She's got a mouth.
What he does.
I meant she.
Rubo's trying not to cry.
She'll just kind of, not realizing it at all, just kind of shrug and be like, might want to keep an eye on it. And then keep flying.
As she flies off, I just mutter to myself, I'm like, I'm gonna burn her fucking house.
Wow.
God damn.
Jeez.
I'm so glad I asked for her.
Yeah. Oh god, I love her. So you said it's gonna take like half an hour to get to like the Eladrin Autumn area.
Mm-hmm. And she would lead you along the path pretty much at first until you guys kind of come towards the end of the path where there sits a bit of a bridge, like a stone bridge, where you cross it sort of onto the next island, and there's what seems to be like a it looks almost like the sea kind of narrowing out into like a river to go between the islands, and it's purple.
Well, I'm just gonna say it. That's weird.
I don't think anything here is normal.
Yeah. How do we get there?
Oh, so from here, the Elodrin village is just up ahead a little bit. So yeah, she kind of points, and you do see in the distance what appear to be some stone buildings kind of towering up a little. And she's like, it's not too much. None of our villages are too crazy or huge, but
Thank God.
what we do have, we each kind of specialize in our own little thing. The Winter Fae get knowledge. The Fall, I believe, get, well, what do they get? And you see her kind of just pause and start thinking about it.
What do you get? The spring.
Oh, the Spring get rebirth. So anyone who needs sort of a second chance in the sense that something's not quite gone right, family members passed away, a plan that they had fell through, they'll come visit us for a little bit, work out what they're feeling about it, maybe where they want to go, get some advice, or if they have no idea, just try things until they find out what works. It's really interesting watching people make a transformation like that.
So it's not a literal rebirth.
No, not literally, but figuratively.
Rubo eyes the hell out of the author right now.
Shaman's looking at the ground.
So by that logic, would, I guess, Autumn get some type of change? Like shedding its skin in a way?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, they sort of prepare you for... It's not necessarily shedding a skin so much as it's... All of what they specialize in has to do with settling down. So if things have gotten too eventful for you in your life, if things are changing too much, maybe. From what I've heard, they kind of coach you through that. Allow you to sort of figure out what's moving too fast and slow it down so you're prepared to sort of, in preparation for any time you need to recuperate, which is where Winter's knowledge comes in. They consider rest and recuperation preparation for what comes next. And Summer, well, that's where you enjoy your life. Whatever's going right for you, take advantage of it.
Is this why they asked us, what our aspirations for life are?
It's a lot of what we focus on as Fae. Focusing on your goals, because however long you live, whether you're mortals that pass in what feels like a blink of an eye to us, or you live for centuries, you've got to have goals, otherwise there's no reason to be there. You just waste those centuries doing nothing, feeling nothing. How are you supposed to feel good about yourself if you don't know, if you don't know where you're going in your life? If you feel like you've got nothing to look forward to?
Not everything's that easy in the mortal realm, Aliana. Nothing like that. It'd be amazing.
It would.
I suppose you think differently when you've got longer to think about it.
We probably shouldn't linger too much longer. We want to get the time difference is really going to kick our ass when we get back.
Right.
Right.
Directions then.
Yes, of course. And she kind of like looks up takes in her surroundings, kind of rights herself, points towards the city, and is like, onwards to the city.
Hopefully this one doesn't have a terrible mayor.
Oh yeah, I think we'll be fine.
She kind of raises an eyebrow and looks back at you guys. What happened at the last city you went to?
Vandalism.
What?
Nothing.
Justice is what happens.
Justice. I like that. Justice sounds much better.
I believe we don't have time.
Yeah, don't worry. There's no time for righteous justice. Maybe we'll see. We can go into the city though.
There's a lot we gotta sit down and talk about at some point. Not in here, but
Back in the prime material point.
We'll tell you about it.
Rubo's walking next to Elon. He's like, it's a hell of a story. Me and Chapman will tell you all about it. Believe us.
can't wait.
I will look forward to it.
Yeah, so we go onward. We start going towards these rocky building spires.
Mm-hmm. There's really only one spire in the town. The rest of it is a few buildings that are like 1 to 2 stories. All of them made of stone, kind of looking like they're meant to be sturdy. Some of the older looking ones are covered in vines and whatnot. As you kind of walk in, the town looks very sparse for activity. There's a couple people here and there. You do see a few people bringing a couple bodies out on carts, bringing them out towards what looks like a cemetery that's on the far side of town. The rest seem to be going sort of back and forth between odd jobs that can be done quickly, fetching water. You see someone pulling weeds like incredibly quickly, as if they're doing their best to get it done and get inside as soon as possible. Things like that.
And these are Eladrin, like elves.
Yes.
Okay. Can I just call out in Elvish to one of the first I see and just be like, which direction did he go?
And you see the young woman kind of look up and just be like, oh, are you here about those things?
Still in Elvish, I nod. Yeah, we're trying to track him down. We were tasked with dealing with this, see if we can't put a stop to it.
All right, well, the dude in the cloak took off that way. And she points further north. But, I don't know. Be careful. He did leave some of those things behind.
Ooh. I looked at everyone else. Yeah, right. It looks like there's more undead ahead, but we have a general direction.
Also, in Elvish, Elon's going to look at her. About how long ago, do you think?
And she'll think about it. Couple hours, maybe. We've got some guard in the church dealing with those who were injured.
I guess the rest of the party is just like, he did pass through a couple of hours, so maybe we can make some headway on it, but they're hurting here.
Could I ask also in Elvish? Because I do have that as well.
Damien, you don't speak Elvish, right?
No, I don't.
Okay, me and Damien are fucking lost.
Just want to ask, is that where the person went? Is that where the dangerous plants are?
I'm sorry, what?
The more...
Oh, actually, I do speak Elvish.
Oh shit. Sucks for you, Rubo.
Oh my fucking god. Rubo's just standing there just like, huh?
And Rubo, you look around at everyone else, and everyone else seems to be following the conversation just fine.
Everyone's nodding along. Yeah. And Rubo just, the fuck?
Guys, I think I'm having a stroke.
What do you mean?
I don't understand anything anyone's saying. Can you guys understand me?
Oh, they're speaking.
It's
in
me, I'm
Elvish.
Rubo.
We can understand you, Rubo. You're fine.
I'm just speaking my mother tongue. It's fine. Don't worry.
When we get some time, I'll teach you a few words.
Okay.
Yeah.
But isn't there some corner, some armpit of this land that is to the north where more exotic or dangerous things are said to dwell? Where there's some sort of portal as well?
Carnivorous plants.
Yes, carnivorous plants.
I mean, no one really goes up there. Why? Do you think that's where you went?
Is that where he was heading? So you said you gave us a direction. Does those directions align?
I mean, if you go north, it splits off into a couple different islands. That one's the one, I think it's the furthest left.
And would you know how we get to said island exactly?
Well, they used to have boats that went out to all the different islands. Like I said, no one really goes there anymore, so, I mean, they might have a boat that you can borrow. I don't know if he'd be able to get there, but he could certainly try.
What would stop him from getting there if he got here? Could he not just do something to get across to the island?
And she kind of looks at you and is like, I don't know how he got here. How did he get here?
Oh, that's what we're investigating.
Yeah, it's a working theory.
All right. Well, I hope you figure it out soon. Those things are dangerous. Old Myrtle was alive for 600 years, and that thing put her down in less than a day.
Were there snakes, or was it just undead? Because if you haven't seen snakes, that's what you should avoid, really.
I haven't seen any snakes, just the undead. But those were
From what we saw, it's like it seems the snakes is what's passing on. In a sense, we don't completely understand it, but I would just avoid them. We're working on, trying to reverse the effect, but it's a work in progress.
well, I didn't see any snakes, but I did see some people get bit by those things.
Yeah, avoid them if you can, obviously. But islands furthest to the left, you said, once they split off, right?
Yeah, you got to cross one more bridge and go across that isle. And there will be 4 islands kind of in like a half moon shape around the far coast.
Yeah, thanks for your help. And then, yeah, in common to everyone else so Rubo can understand. Right. Do we think we have the information we need?
Of course.
Nope.
We got directions, Rubo. Essentially.
Let's go north for now. Keep following it at a good pace, and then once we get across the bridge, we'll see these 4 islands. If we can't find them, at least we can cut them off at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Yeah.
I say be prepared to fight, everybody, just in case.
Oh yeah, Theltha, are you able to do that whole turn them into Stardust thing again? Because that would be really useful.
Oh, probably. It's just some of my magic, or magic. It's just some of that. It's nothing special.
It's beautiful. I love it. I want to see it all the time.
I think it's pretty special, Theltha.
Yeah. Don't second guess it is incredibly special.
I meant there's that power at least isn't there. Some things are coming back to me.
Well, we think it's special, and we think it's valuable.
Thank you. We shouldn't waste any more time. I am ready.
Can lizard folk blush? Ah!
An hour just passed and I start running the wrong way. I do not run north.
Robo, north! We need to go north!
Shit! Turn around.
And with your companion's course corrected, you all kind of head in the northward direction, seeing that another forest is kind of coming up in the distance with those similar trees of yellow and red and brown colors. And as you guys kind of move into the forest, you're realizing as you're trekking your way through and it feels like time is passing on and on and on, that this elf never really told you how long it would take to get across these other 2 islands.
Oh, damn it. I forgot to ask.
How long has it been?
It feels like it's been at least another hour as you guys kind of make your way through this forest. Everybody make me a quick survival check, or those who want to kind of make sure that you're keeping that northward track.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. We'll see if I get a nat 20 or something. I don't know. Nope. God damn it. I should have taken that fucking keen mind feat.
That's a 4 for Rubo.
Yikes.
I rolled a 14, so a 13 for survival.
I rolled a 3, which gave me a 10.
I rolled a 10, which gives me a 13.
2.
Yikes. A couple of you got like 13, 14. So for those of you who got kind of around there, above a 10, we'll say, you guys do your best to keep that northward direction. You come out of the woods kind of hearing the sound of the sea and realize that you were just a bit off as you see that the bridge is another 5 minutes walk to your right along the coast.
Close enough, right?
It looks like, but hey, you found the edge of the island and you found that bridge that you're supposed to cross. So
Great.
Elon, I'd probably follow you just about anywhere, but maybe the right way next time.
Well, uh, oh, okay. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. As we're crossing the bridge and like heading over there, I don't want to stop us. I just want to ask everyone's general feeling. Am I super necessary to come to this island, do you think? Like, how possible do you think it would be for me to just stay here?
Can I insight?
yes, you may.
I'm not hiding shit.
9 + 2, 11.
Chatwin's scared. Visceral, really scared.
What's wrong? It's not the undead, obviously.
No, not at all. I can't get on the boat. Can't do that.
Why not?
It's really ironic because I can sail really well. I can't do deep water.
All right.
If you're not going to spit it out, just let me say it.
I just
I get it. I get it. When we get there, I'll keep you distracted. You won't even notice we're on the boat. All right.
Can anyone else sail? Because if we don't find someone who can sail, that's what I'm worried about.
Nope, not at all.
I paid a little bit of attention, but I'm not really.
I spent a lot more time cleaning the decks and seeing how the ship worked.
Just because my concern is if we can't find someone to sail for us, I'm the only one who can sail.
Look, how about this? If you're afraid of something, maybe is it the sound of it, the smell of it? Is there something we can block for you?
Everything. I should be. I have an idea because it's pretty important we get over to this island, right? You would all say because we already made a deal with the Fae, and how important do you think it is we get to this island?
Kind of the only option.
You want those books?
Yep. Fuck me.
How about you find somewhere to sit on a boat and you tell us what to do?
Yeah, I have a good idea. If we can't find someone to sail, I have an idea. I hate it, but we'll deal with it. If we can't find somebody to sail us, that is. If we can, I'm going to sit with a bag over my head. But yeah.
Or you could just let me do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Ooh. I get to drive the ship today.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Out of character? This sounds like a terrible idea, chap. It's gonna drive us straight to hell.
Chatwin's plot of ideas is that, like, if we get this done, I have access to knowledge that could help this situation of mine. If not, then I don't get that knowledge. So, Chatwin's not brave enough.
And you hear a little, like, sort of gleeful giggle in the back of your head, Chatwood, and you hear Santhabek kind of mutter something along the lines of, "Ooh, does that mean I get to talk to your friends?"
Let's go find someone who can sail.
All right, after you.
Is there like a little village near here that there might be someone that could sail?
Well, I would assume that's where we're getting the boat. Yeah.
Do we see this anywhere?
There's a city nearby, right?
I thought we walked like an hour from that city.
Yeah, you guys walked quite a bit of distance from that city and just emerged from the woods. You are seeing, like, This island still has a bit of distance from where you cross that bridge to the coast that they were discussing. You can still see it on the horizon, so it looks like it's probably maybe another like 15-minute walk to get there. But you don't see a city necessarily. You do see what looks kind of like a few like scattered buildings along the coast that look like they have like you see a couple boats parked in front of some of them. Again, you don't really see any people.
Are we stealing the boat?
Um,
Well, we'll go ask first.
yeah, probably not. Are they like sailing boats or are they just like canoes?
You see a variety of different things. You see a couple like 2 to 3 person or 2 to 4 person boats that have oars that you would row. You see a couple bigger vessels that look like they're meant to go further than that. And you see that like one of the islands that's up towards the north is actually really close, but that one to the left in particular does seem a bit far off.
Great. If we get a boat with oars, then we don't need sailing experience to do that. But it's a small boat, so it will also be worse. So let's just knock on doors, I guess, because we don't want to just take someone's boat.
I would agree.
You don't want to take someone's boat.
Robo, you have already
Sorry,
taken
Dad. Damien.
you have already taken a poor fairy's home. Let's not take someone's boat.
I sheepishly look up at Heliana.
Perhaps, though, we should be careful in case this figure of ours got here first. Perhaps knocking on doors may be unwise. Perhaps we could yell out and call to people. Perhaps. I don't know how I feel about just stealing.
Well, let's get over there and see what we feel like. It's like a 15-minute walk.
Yeah. Once we get over there, could I, going off of Thelthu, just kind of investigate the area and see if like he's right, if like the wild person got here before us?
Go ahead and make me a perception check. Or investigation, whichever you would
Oh,
like
thank
to.
God, thank you. 16 on the die. Plus 7 investigations. That's 23.
Nice. So as you guys kind of start approaching, Chatwin would start to you would start to look for sort of signs like kicked up dirt, emptiness in the city or town, and you're definitely not seeing a lot of people outside. You do see some from the distance. It does look like a lot of the grass that you're walking on has been trampled by more feet than it looks like live in this general area. And you're not seeing anyone wandering around outside from where you guys are kind of approaching.
No obvious blood or overturned carts or vehicles or furniture. Nothing quite that obvious.
Nothing quite that obvious, no.
Okay. It looks like a lot of people moved through here recently. More people than there are homes, possibly. So I agree with Thelthu. We should proceed with caution.
And probably perhaps not shouting for people, because I might give away our location if there is anything.
Then do we go to a boat and borrow one?
I suggest we knock at a door and try that first. See if they know anything. Maybe ask why it's quiet.
If that door opens and there's undead there, do we just run to the boat, get in it, and go? Or do we want to spend some of our time fighting them?
Shouldn't take that long to take them down, and we'd be doing a service so it doesn't spread to the, back to the city.
Okay.
I also do have one other idea. Perhaps I just turn into a spider again and try to climb through doorways or windows to at least see.
Oh my God, that's brilliant.
I immediately vote for Spider Thealthu. That sounds...
I think we should do Spider. I love Spider Thelthu.
It might take me a while to get there, but if someone puts us closer...
We can just lift you up to... Yeah, we can just lift you up to a doorway.
Wait. What if you turn into Spider Thealthu, and I look over at Aliana, and I say, and you could fly him up to the windowsill?
I mean, that's something I could do. Yeah.
zip away quickly.
You're gonna love Spider Theothu.
Very cute. And he wiggles his little spider butt.
Yeah, remember, spider butt means no, spider arms mean yes. That's the system we worked out.
This will be.
It has worked out so far.
You guys have a system for communicating with spiders.
Yeah, well, we can't talk to spiders, so it's our best option, really. And he can't talk to us normally when he's a spider.
You're the weird.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
What's weird about that? We've come up with a method to talk to our friend with a spider. It sounds completely normal to me.
Normal people don't turn into spiders.
Well, that's just rude towards Thialthu. It's a very cool ability he's been gifted by the stars.
Is that not a thing that others do? I would have imagined in a place such as the giant tree we were just at and all those forests, there must have been others similar.
I've never heard of a thing like that.
I mean,
Yeah, but Elan, I feel like you haven't heard of most things.
Well,
Like tolerance.
I know magic, though. I mean, I don't do magic myself, but I mean, I've seen a ton of magic,
Right.
but not that.
Hmm.
I'll shut up.
and as far as that goes, I mean, we can turn people into like various animals, but I've never seen someone turn themselves into one. And usually we just do it to shut people up. Like if they're talking too much, going on some rant that no one really wants to hear, and they're really in the wrong, but you don't want to admit they're in the wrong.
All right, we proceed with caution then.
Eliana, can you please come home with me?
I mean, I thought that was already the plan.
Good. Just making sure.
Can I go home with you?
What'd you say, Rubo?
Can I go home with you?
I mean, if they'll let you in.
They're gonna let her in, but they won't let me in?
I would say Eliana wants to go there because she can turn them into bugs. And then I can squash them. I got a lot of dark, sorry.
We have to remember the fact that if it takes 2 weeks, a year will pass, but I do want to get into that when we have the opportunity. Very badly.
Right.
Yeah, let's get into this. Show us this spider.
Yeah. Yeah, Spider Theothu.
Right.
Spider butt, spider butt.
I suppose then. And yeah, I'll wild shape into a spider. Tiny little spider.
Yeah!
All right. And as you wild shape into your tiny little spider form, Aliana dips down, sort of picks you up by your little spider abdomen, and carries you off in the direction of the houses, and just goes, well, shit, I don't know how to communicate with you either. I was gonna ask you which house you wanted to start with.
He's just gonna like
Point in a direction, I guess?
Yeah, just gonna point to the nearest one.
Alright.
One that looks that has a window.
How big is tiny Thialthu spider to Aliana? Is I guess like how big is Aliana?
Please hold while the DM looks up how big pixies are.
Mm-hmm. So a spider is a tiny beast.
I was gonna say, I think pixies are like basically the size of your hand.
I think small.
Diminutive.
I'm also seeing that pixies are also tiny, size-wise. So this is interesting.
Strength check, bitch.
Yep. Hang on.
Yeah. If it helps, I do get spider climb, so I can kind of stick a little bit, but I don't have any web ability, so that. Oh no, I don't like that. That's sounds like a 5 or lower to me.
Please don't be a one.
She rolled a 2.
Yeah.
So she goes to pick you up. She flies a couple feet, and she's like, "Oh boy, you're heavier as a spider than I thought you'd be." Ends up having to fly down and sort of put you down on the ground, shake out her arms as if she's carrying like a heavy package or something. It's like, sorry, I got this. Just 1 minute. I haven't had experience carrying anyone around my size in a while.
Just gonna like raise up one of the little arms and just like just gonna wave it. Like, how far away am I from from a building?
She flew you, I'd say I would say at that point she's flying at half speed. So you guys traveled about 15 feet before she had to take a break and put you down.
Oh no. Mm-hmm.
The nearest house is maybe another 30 feet away.
All right, then I'm just gonna kind of wave her off, and I'm just gonna start crawling my way there. Spiders move at a 20 feet, so it won't take me too long.
Okay.
Technically, I can move 40 in a turn if I dash, so 12 seconds or so.
Okay. So she'll kind of follow you there, and soon you're making your way up to the first house.
Am I able to get under the doorway? Is there a window that's open? Is there a chimney or something?
Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Yeah. That is an 8 plus 6 for a 14.
All right, with a 14, you would see that there's not really enough of a gap under the door to squeeze through, but you would see that one of the windows on the side of the house is like slightly broken, and a small, like, it looks like almost like something slammed into the window to crack it, and one like small shard of glass would have sort of actually fully come out of the window, giving you enough room to kind of squeeze through.
Yeah, so I'll climb up to the window, just spider climb up the wall. So it's just the glass fell. There's no like blood or any kind of thing like on the glass itself.
No, you don't really see anything on the glass itself. There might be a little bit of like blood residue from whatever hit the window, but there's no further blood on the outside of the window that you can see.
Okay, and then yeah, up and over into the. What do I see in this little room? I presume.
All right. You crawl into the small, what you see to be sort of like a fishing shack. So like it's got what you can see is like 2 or 3 rooms. This main sort of area that looks almost like a sort of convenience store would have had like bait and tackle and other stuff available for sale, and a couple doors off on the far side leading to one has like a little sign that has a restroom written on it, and the other isn't labeled, so you don't know what's back there.
Okay.
But you do see 3 figures kind of meandering inside the thing. And go ahead and make me a perception check one more time.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if they looked undead, but that's a 4 plus 6 for a 10.
All right, with a 10, you start looking at them, and they definitely do share kind of those undead features, but something looks weird about them. They don't look elven.
Interesting. Well, that's less of a concern than the undead at this point. So back out the window.
All right. You're back out the window and back in the direction of everyone else?
Yeah. Either if I'm walking or being carried. It's kind of like if she the fairy still or pixie still there, kind of like wave at her to like.
She would come back over and kind of sheepishly be like, "Do you want me to try and carry you again?"
Kind of like attempt to nod with his little spider head, but it's probably barely visible. So just throw the wick.
I mean, to her, you're probably like.
I guess yeah, it's more visible. That's a good point.
All right, but I mean, you said you waved her off, right?
Yeah, I guess if she left, then yeah, she would have. Well, I was trying to because you said she followed me, right?
Yeah, she would have kind of followed you to the window and let you kind of squeeze in the window.
Right. I guess what I should have asked is she outside, or did she leave already?
No, she was still waiting for you outside. Yeah.
So she's still there. Yeah. So then, yeah, I'm gonna attempt to communicate to her that she can it's time to go. Try picking me up again. Just.
All right. With that, she'll kind of like duck down and be like, "Heft you up again." Make another check. And it almost looks like she somehow like manages to get a better grip on your abdomen or something, and you have no idea where this strength comes from, but she just kind of hoists you up and then is flying like it's nothing all of a sudden.
She rubbed her hands together and she just like, all right, I'm ready for this one.
Yep.
She rolled a nat 20.
Yeah. And then once we're back to the party, I presume she's gonna put me down, and I'll
Yes.
end concentration on the wild shape or whatever it is, and just say, so at least the one building I looked at, there were undead. They weren't elven, it looked like, or they didn't necessarily look like they were from around here. But I presume the figure we're after brought others with him, and that is what we're seeing there.
Like others from the temple.
Perhaps.
That's bad.
Alright.
Do we want to try to take care of them or go on the boats?
I think we would probably be better off just grabbing the boat.
Yeah, just trying to get rid of the source rather than the limbs.
Agreed.
Do we need to carry you on, Chatwin?
Which boats are big enough? There's the boats that are big enough to carry all of us. Are they ones that are paddled like canoes, or do they have to be like sailed, like sailboats?
I mean, honestly, from what I can see in the port and how far off those islands are, if we get one with a sail at the very least, it'll be faster. We can paddle, but that might tire us out more.
I'd be okay rowing a boat for a while.
I would be too. Your call.
How? Just because, is there any way that I could surmise, based on my experience in sailing and actually living on an island before, this kind of stuff, is there any way I could surmise how long it would take to get from here to there with just like paddle boats, essentially? Like, is there any way I can tell that?
Make me a quick perception check.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Which, thank God, because I have +0 to perception. So that's going to be 17.
So with that 17, you look across to that isle, and based on the waves aren't super choppy, but they do look like sea waves. From what you can tell, that coast looks a little rocky on the other end. That woman had said that not a lot of people go out there, and it seemed like she meant it, because you don't see any, at least from the shore, you can't really see any place that a lot of boats would pull in. And with a rowboat, it's already going to be harder to worry about those rocks, or at least withstand an impact on them.
So, and I'm the only fucking person with proficiency in water vehicles. And if we crash the boat, how the fuck are we gonna get back? Because there's no way in hell Chatwin is swimming.
Santha Feck. Santha Feck. Santha Feck. Santha Feck.
I don't wanna, but Chatwin wouldn't. But
we do.
But I think I don't know if
I was a listener before this. I want it.
Chatwin wouldn't. She wouldn't be able to sail. She can't. But I don't want to release her.
And you hear Santhavek kind of pipe up in the back of your mind and just go, okay, I see your hesitation. Why don't we strike a little deal of our own?
Santhavek,
I don't need full control. Give me enough to help you through this, to calm your mind and to take the wheel so that you're not shutting down. And
this isn't I know this isn't the first time.
So why not let me do it now?
When I can't do something, I withdraw, and that's when you take over.
You got the library, didn't you?
Every time, I don't know if you're going to give me back. You have to give me back, Sandavek.
You have my word.
If you don't, I will reach into my own skull and rip you out with my bare fucking hands. Do you understand me?
Loud and clear, before you even said it.
That sentence I said above a whisper, by the way. So probably everyone else can hear it. I'm going to walk over to a boat that I surmise is acceptable for the choppy waters and also carrying everyone else, something that could withstand the winds and I could dock easily. I'm going to find whatever boat fits those parameters and just kind of take a look at it. And I think what they would see is one of my arms crack. And I'm going to let Sandavek, Chatwin is so terrified of doing this that Chatwin withdraws in her own mind because she cannot handle this fear. But there is one person who can handle it for her, and Chatwin's going to let her do that.
And you see a couple more things crack as Chatwin, the arm does this weird kind of like motion. You see the neck kind of crack to the side at an odd angle and roll as like a couple, you know that popping sound when you roll and try to like roll your neck and try and get all of those like little like cricks out. And she turns back to you with a very different look in her eyes. And that's where we're going to leave it for this session, ladies and gentlemen.
No!
Oh,
I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
want to do it! But Chatwin would never! Oh my fucking god! I don't want to do it! I don't like it! I don't like it! She's not gonna give it back!
That's for her to know and you to find out, ma'am.
We'll kill your body, Chatwin, if we have to. Don't worry.
Her word doesn't mean shit! Her word does not mean shit! Oh no.
And with that, thank you all for listening to our 20th episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh god!
Wow, what a milestone for it.
Yeah, what a milestone indeed. That was definitely a way to end things.
I'm sweaty.
Again, thank you all so much for listening. I can't believe we've made it this far. Wow. If you like us and want to hear more of us on social media, we are Chronicles of Kriath Pod, all one word, all lowercase, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. We also have a YouTube channel where you can listen to our podcast if you don't want to listen on regular podcast platforms. Again, thank you all so much for listening. We really appreciate those of you who have stuck it out with us 20 episodes. We get excited with every new listen, I promise. And we can't wait for 20 more. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
No! No!
Bye.
Santha Feck! Santha Feck!
No!
Santha Feck!